fuck? God damn. Ah, he got brain damage from boxing.
Lasted what doctors call a vegetative state.
Oh
Unaware,
man.
unresponsive.
That's the dark truth of it. These niggas be having, I said Richard, but look, these niggas
Hey
be
guys,
having.
in today's video, we are going to be talking
these
about
niggas be getting-
Prichard Colon. Now, I do know that
Fuck, I can't talk, but that's the dark truth of it. These niggas be getting like brain damage from it.
this video is a little bit different. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because I usually talk about YouTube topics. I wanted to try something different. I've always known about Prichard Colon, but it wasn't until recently that I saw that videos of him were going viral on TikTok. And specifically, there's this video of his mom handing him a cupcake with one candle on it.
¿Quién amaneció cumpliendo años hoy?
Aw.
Prichard.
Ah man.
Mi niño hermoso y bello. Amaneció cumpliendo.
But yeah, I saw in the comments that there were just
Ah,
a bunch
that's
of people
so
asking what happened.
sad.
So I thought it would be perfect to make a video about this. And also, thank you guys because we're almost at 50,000 subscribers. That's so dope. I'm gonna talk more about that at the end of the video. For the meantime, I do want to get straight into the topic because, you know, out of respect, I just want to get straight into it.
That
Early
is so
life. Prichard
sad.
Colon was born in Maitland, Florida. His parents are Nieves Colon and Richard Colon. At the age of 10, his family decided to move to Puerto Rico so Prichard could represent the island in competitions. As a kid,
Okay.
he was always interested in the sport of boxing. The family settled in a town called Orocovis, Puerto Rico. Eventually, Colon started his career at the, sorry if I mispronounced this, but yeah, I'm just sorry, Albergue Olímpico in Salinas, Puerto Rico. After graduating high school, Colon started
And he-
studying business
okay.
administration at the Universidad del Sagrado Corazón in San Juan, Puerto Rico. During his amateur career, Colon gained fame for winning 5 national championships. in
5
both the
national
141 and
championships.
152-pound divisions. He also won the gold medal at the 2010 Pan American Youth Championship in the 64 kg category.
Nah,
fought
he
at the
was
Brazil
him.
Pre-Olympics to win a pass to the 2012 Summer
He
Olympics
was
in
him.
London, but lost to a Venezuelan fighter in the 3rd round. In 2012, Colon decided to become a professional fighter, and he ended his amateur career with a 170 to 15 record.
He was
which is
him.
already insane. So in the year 2012, Prichard Colon was only 20 years old, and he had already done all of this. It was obvious that this dude was a prodigy. You know, this dude was going places, and people knew this. That's why he had so much hype behind him, and I guess that's why it's just such a sad story now. Anyway, let's talk about his boxing career. Now, this is gonna be an extremely short segment, probably like 20 seconds that I'm gonna talk. But he did go pro when he turned 20 years old. As I was saying, all that ended when he was 20, so now that he's 20, he becomes a professional boxer. And as a professional boxer, he went on to win multiple fights. And I mean, multiple is an understatement. He actually won 16 times in a row.
damn.
And along with that, 13 of those were knockouts. Bro, 13 of those. Now, I don't need to-
13 knockouts out, 16 fight. What's the percentage? What's the percentage? Hold on. 13 divided by, I think I did my 81% knockout rate. God damn, he was him.
compare Prichard to Floyd Mayweather, but if we look at Mayweather's stats, we all know he's won 50 fights, and 27 of those were by knockout. So it's just crazy that, I mean, this kid was just getting started, bro. This kid was just getting started, and people could just see that he had something in him.
And still undefeated, Prichard Colon.
He was him.
The night that changed his life. On October 17th, 2015, Colon had a fight against the undefeated welterweight champion, Terrell Williams. In the first few rounds, many illegal back-of-the-head punches were thrown by Terrell Williams, but the fight was not stopped. In case you guys don't know, in boxing, you can't
My forehead big. But how many? He said many. He was fighting dirty. and the rest were probably paid off. Like,
can't punch in the back of the head. That's for safety reasons, and it's just illegal. You should either get a point deducted or be disqualified. Deeper into the fight, in the 5th round, Prichard was starting to get annoyed with the fact that Terrell was able to get away with all of these shots. So Prichard was so annoyed that he actually punched Terrell Williams in the balls, and then Prichard was deducted 2 points. Yeah, as I keep telling the story, you guys are gonna see, bro, the ref was trash too. Like, ugh. Eventually, they both get solid warnings from the ref. In the 7th round, Colon is struck in the back of the head again by Terrell Williams, and then Williams is deducted 1 point. Prichard made it known that these shots were illegal, and the fact that Terrell was getting away with it really bothered him. Not only that, but it seemed visible that Prichard was not feeling good at all in the ring. And actually, a ringside doctor checked up with Colon and said, oh yeah, he's good to fight. So the ref is garbage, your opponent is garbage because they did that to you, and the doctor is garbage. So it was—
did Terrell Williams ever retire? Cause what? What? Like, does he feel guilty for what he did though?
It was just, bro, it was a bad man. Anyway,
alright.
So Colon goes back into the ring, and in the 9th round, Williams knocked down Colon twice, one of which being a illegal back of the head shot. So then Colon's corner ends up removing Colon's gloves because they thought the fight was over. And guess what, guys? Well, Prichard was actually disqualified. Yeah. So basically, I guess his team thought that the fight was over, and everyone there was like, nah, bro, the fight is still supposed to continue.
They were trying to disable the man. They were trying to make the man disabled.
Even though Terrell was throwing all those illegal shots. After the fight, Colon was walking to his locker, and he had one hand around his mother, and his legs were starting to shake uncontrollably. Once in the locker room, he began to vomit, and he even collapsed on his own vomit. Colon was rushed to the hospital where an emergency surgery was performed to remove large brain hemorrhoids that had formed to relieve pressure on his skull. And as a result, Colon ended up in a coma for 221 days, which is 7 months and 1 week. Imagine what the family was feeling, bro. They must have been so scared. 7 months in a coma? So now let's talk—
7 months in a coma. I want to know what happened to... we gotta search this up.
After those 7 months were up, Colon eventually woke up, but he was not the same. He could not move any muscle.
Hold on, bro. We gotta search this up, bro. Cause why? Fuck him. Fuck him. Cause nah. That was just a dirty fight. That was a dirty fight. Multiple back to the headshots. Like, that was a dirty shot. That was a dirty ass fight, and the refs ain't do shit about it.
In his body, besides, you know, a few eyebrow, eye movement, and even then, it was extremely difficult. He does not have enough strength to swallow to this day. Food has to enter him with a feeding tube, and that all happened in 2015. It's been 6 years. We're gonna get to the updates later. Let's continue talking about the aftermath. His mother, still angry about what happened that night at the arena, pleads with him, coaches him, and challenges him. Some days, Prichard believes it's 2015 and he is 23 years old and healthy, but then he looks at his legs. Why are they folded? Resting in a wheelchair. Then the bulge under his shirt.
Man.
It's a feeding tube. And so, not for the first time, mother and therapist take a breath and begin a story they've told many times. But in these moments, Prichard is hearing it for the first time. In the article I was reading, by the way, all of my sources will be linked down in the description. So there's this therapist named Russell, and she's the one that, I don't know if she's still active, but when the article was written, she was helping him with all his therapy. So when I say Russell, that's what I'm talking about. Russell asked the question she never had. Do you want to see? His eyebrows widened and his head twitched downward. This is how he says yes. So Russell navigated his monitor to YouTube, found the fight, and hit play. His mother turned toward a wall. Prichard watched himself, handsome and nimble, and at one point Russell saw his eyes widen. His face trembled. At some point before the 7th round, Russell asked if Prichard had seen enough. He twitched his head left, but she turned it off anyway. I thought it would be appropriate to mention how she felt, or how
like, I don't know, like, this channel has been going to dark turn for reactions, but I don't really care. But like, you feel me? What happened? I want to know what happened to the ref in that fight. Like I want to know if he I want to know. Like, I want to know the full story. Like, Tyrell's side. Like, I really want to know though, cause man, like, and I want to know what happened in that room when he was watching the fight while he's paralyzed, bro. Cause man,
she feels about the entire situation. So let's move on to the next topic called mother's trauma. So a few years ago, Prichard's family actually tried suing the organizers of the fight and the ringside physician for $50 million. And to this day, that case is still open. It says it hasn't been settled. So, you know, hopefully they win, but no amount of money can, you know, just bring Prichard back. Williams was the reason she'll never graduate from caring for her son full-time, and why so many of Prichard's friends and relatives stopped calling and visiting. He's why so often she feels helpless and desperate. All she can do in those low moments is prop those Prada sunglasses on Prichard's face, shape his beard the way he used to like it, and spritz him with an old bottle of Nautica Blue. And sometimes Nieves wants to open her eyes and have it be 2015 too. Bro, it's incredibly sad. I'm telling you guys, like, when I was writing this script, I'm not gonna lie, I teared up so many times. I
wanna cry.
Oh my god, bro. When I was editing the intro for this video, I almost cried. All right, now let's move on to the next topic. Terrell Williams' guilt. So right after the fight, there's a video recording of Terrell Williams. You can actually hear him say that he thinks he was robbed of a TKO.
TKO was it DQ? They robbed me from my TKO, but winning the way I can't complain. Right.
Which is just horrible. I saw a comment on that video and it was like, you think you were robbed from a TKO, but you robbed that man's life. And it's like, damn. You can't justify that, because if you watch the boxing clip over, I recommend, if you guys are into boxing,
like, we're gonna have to watch the full fight, but man,
go watch the actual full fight. You can find it on YouTube. You can see that he is aiming for the back of the head. He is aiming for it. So Terrell Williams, the ref, the ringside doctor, everyone involved is horrible. And I don't know why it wasn't caught early on. Anyway, let's keep talking about Terrell Williams' guilt. Terrell's last fight was in April 2018 against Justin Deloach. But when he stepped through those ropes, he also saw Prichard and the events of that night outside of Washington. He says he can't enter the ring without considering the worst. Feeling invincible before a fight is a thing of the past. It affected his life forever, Williams says, and it affected my life forever. Williams is 35 now, living in LA with his wife and 3
it affected his life forever. Now, we can't condone him. It was probably, I don't know. It looks like he was targeting his head, but we can't condone him for everything that happened that night. It's mostly the ref fault. It's mostly the judge's fault. It's mostly his fault, and the doctor's fault too. Like, we can't really just put all the guilt on him. That nigga right there, he gotta be fired. Like, he's probably retired or fired, one of them. Right? He got guilt, right? Like, he already living with his sins, with his demons. So it's really, like, karma's a bitch. I ain't gonna lie, karma's a bitch. And the guilt is really just eating him alive. That's why he never stepped into the ring.
Sons. Williams has never told his boys he's a professional boxer, let alone spoken the name Prichard Colon. He knows he'll never let his sons become boxers. He speaks softly when discussing Prichard. He doesn't explicitly apologize, saying more than once that he took no malice into the match. When he's asked if he feels guilty in any way, he pauses for a long time. I just don't like the situation, he says. I don't. I think about it every day. Prior to this happening, I never could see myself in this predicament. In the months after the fight with Prichard, Williams couldn't get booked for a fight. He suggests he had a few years of his career taken from him, though he refuses to outright say he was blackballed. Regardless, he went 25 months between bouts, and after fighting 3 times in 2015 alone, he has fought 3 times since. He believes he's still capable of winning a world championship. Williams says friends keep him updated on Prichard's condition and recovery. He knows Prichard's mother posts frequent updates to her social media feeds, but Terrell shut down his accounts amid the backlash of the Prichard fight. He knows Nieves hates him, though he tries to not think about it. He wonders if she knows he tried to visit Prichard in the hospital, or that he prays for Prichard every day, or what he'd say to Nieves if they ever had a conversation. Sorry for reading verbatim, but I put in my notes, like, to read that.
This is sad. Bro, he went from 170 and 15, 16 and 3, I think. I think it was 16 and 3. Nah, he went from 16 wins and 13 knockouts to being a vegetable in one fight. He spent 221 days in the hospital. Like, your life, like that's something that you could, like, that's something we gotta remember. Our lives could change in an instant.
Verbatim, because I didn't want to butcher
good or
anything
bad
Terrell said, but yeah, bro, You better feel guilty. Like, the fuck? You completely ruined the man's life. And I'm not gonna feel bad for you, bro. Go back to the clip and look where he's punching. No. I don't believe you, bro. Stop. I know usually in my videos I'm not biased, but fuck that. For this video, I don't like you, bro. Justice for Prichard, honestly. Justice for Prichard. So now let's head on to the last category regarding this topic, and that is Prichard in 2021. So like the article was saying,
this is in 2021.
Prichard's mother does post a lot about him on her social media. The only one I could find was her Facebook, but trust me, her Facebook is enough. And actually, if you go to her Facebook, you can see that she has a website. And if you click that website, you see this cute picture of her and Prichard. And the name of the website is El Amor de una Madre, which means the love from a mother. Bro, there's nothing like a mother's love. I believe this was like a poster advertising that they were gonna hang out somewhere. As you can see, it says 1 p.m. to 8 p.m.
May 15th, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. I can't read Spanish.
And I believe this was a poster, if I'm not mistaken, if I can read Spanish correctly. So that paragraph on the poster is actually explaining that the reason they need money is to cover Prichard's mother expenses because she has to pay for the therapy sessions. She has to pay for, well, it said viajes, which means like traveling. So I don't know if she like stays at a hotel for a certain amount of time or what's up, but the 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. thing, I think they were just having like a little meetup for fans to come over, you know, take pictures. And in the midst of all that, they were probably getting donations and their goal was 5,000 and they actually passed that. I think they're at 6,000 now on the GoFundMe. They raised the goal on the GoFundMe website, you know, just so it won't end. I'll link that GoFundMe down in the description because this goes directly to Prichard's mother. So if you guys want to do that, make sure to go do that. As I was saying, on her Facebook, she frequently posts updates. It's actually kind of all she posts. So she either posts updates or religious things, you know, like pray for my son. In a recent post from June 9th, which was actually earlier this month, you can see that Prichard is getting better. So now he's actually able to stand up using this machine. And bro, that's something, you know, like though it has been 6 years.
6 years, bro. 6 years. That's that made me smile.
Really,
that made me happy.
You know, able to walk, you know, it's progress. So thankful he has his mom, bro. You know, they post cute pictures. If you guys actually go into her Facebook account and start to read it, if you guys don't read Spanish, you could just use Google Translate, but you can see that she's never gonna give up hope on her son. And you know, that's how it should be. You shouldn't give up on family. But yeah, that's where we are in the story, where Prichard Colon is currently getting better and getting out of the vegetative state. Oh, I forgot to say this. I'll just say it right here. The therapist was actually wondering if Prichard was in there, like if memories were still intact. So she asked him a few questions and he actually got 80% correct. So
80%?
Yes, Prichard is aware inside of that body. He just can't really move or speak. Like I was saying, this video was...
The day he gets better will just be like... It'll just be like wow, like it'll just be something. I don't know. Like the day he gets better, it'll be God's work. Yeah, let's just say that.
It's really difficult to
let's just say that.
But it's a really interesting topic. I feel like it's just something people should hear. All right, now let's head on to the channel update. Like I said, this video is a little bit out of my comfort zone simply because this isn't about a YouTuber. It's about, you know, a professional boxer. We've been growing like this. Next time I upload.
Rich boy, baby just want a rich